Let me make it public. Alright, so we have the Crake Midgets live. And this is, I think, our first
It's
actual
not very.
proper live stream in a while. Sorry about that, that was a video. Uh, Last weekend we were at the road course. Welcome to the Oval segment of Northwest Ohio. We got 2 other races scheduled after this one, which will be dropping by tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow we'll be doing the Formula Micros and the Rots mods. But we're going to go on to things as they are. The person that'll start us up first on the number 7 iRacing car. That is Outlaw, so you are clear to the racetrack. 9019 Bagel. You're going to be doing 3 laps. Laps are reset. You're clear to go. Alright, first time around the racetrack. Through 1 and 2 down, back straightaway to 3 and 4. Outlaw making his debut in the Crake Midgets and an SLC in general. 12.883 lap 1. There's going to be 2 more to run better. Into 3 and 4, second time by, coming to the white flag. .417, purple sector 1 down through 3 and 4. The checkered flag going to come out. 12.162, so that's going to be lap 3. Make your way off the track, please. If you could use turn 3s, that's it. That'd be appreciated. Next up, the heaviest hitter out in the field, Jackson Cook. He's won last week, and he has no patience. He's going to go green right off of it. All right, Jackson Cook in the 38. Out onto the track into turn 1, and that is going to be a purple sector 1, 3.464. Improving green sector 2, and onto the front straight for lap 1. He goes quick time with an 11.580. Purple sector 1 could be en route to go faster again, this time by. The white flag going to come out. One last shot to go quicker here. I don't know why I was doing that. And the checkered flag going to come out. Does not improve. That's an 11.580. Next up through the field, it is Dabcat. The green flag's out for you. There'll be one more car after that. Of course, Sharks will live for real. You can see him right behind. Meanwhile, Dabcat representing DGS in the 545 car. Green sector 1, green sector 2 looking pretty hot here on the racetrack. He was the fastest car in practice down the front straightaway. 11.763. He's going to have 2 more shots to improve himself. This time by, the white flag going to come out. And he goes quick time, 11.5 flat. 1 more shot to go faster for Dabcat. Oh, and he's up and over. So I guess that concludes qualifying for him. Takes the pole and flips it the next lap. That is good enough. And I believe you could flip yourself back. So we're going to have the track red here. So wins it, bins it. So far on route for pole position. We'll see if Shark could change that around. He's going to levitate his car off the track. Watch out for the invisible wall, by the way. Green flag out for the next car. So Shark in the 27 car. They're the 27 T7 Jake, however, we've not seen him since the qualifying at Giowa. Let's see what Shark can do. Shark into turn 3, taking the middle lane off. Down the front straightaway, lap 1, 12.262. So potential position swap here on route between 3rd and 4th. This time by, the white flag going to come out. 12.161. Had a purple sector 1. Unfortunately, that might not be what was intended off of turn 2. And he'll be crossing. 12.161, a single thousandth of a second separating Sharks from Outlaw. Again, the new guy, as we're going to give 2 minutes here for extra people to join, and then if not, then we'll get straight to the feature. Dab, please pull off. I mean, you were trying to clear up your last lap, I guess that's fair. But I got somebody named Opossum that just joined. I don't think I've seen this person before, but if you want to give it a try, you can see. But if you are not up to par in driving, we'll just continue on without you. But if you want to try out, I guess this is the last chance to do so. So if you could join off of announcements, let me find you a car. Oh, buddy, it's way too late for temp. You know what? Opossum, just sit this one out. You qualified P4. Uh, if you're trying to make templates, it's a little bit last second. So, just sit this one out. We'll be back next week out of Milwaukee. You get plenty of time to practice for that track. We got more races tomorrow, of course, the micros and the Brats mods. If you want to join the micros, those are like baby Indy cars. They're pretty quirky, pretty cool. So, but I could use activities. So if you're wanting to try something out, I'd suggest that. Otherwise, feel free to watch. If everyone could head to the front straight, line up single file. The order in the front. Use the lines, please, in order to get set up. First place is going to be Dabcat. To the outside is going to be Jackson Cook. Sharks is going to be on the inside of row 3. On the row 2 on the outside is going to be. Yeah, that's fine. On the inside is going to be Sharks. It's going to be a 50-lap race. We're going to have 5 laps of pacing. But we will be doing the national anthem beforehand. So if everyone could please hop out. My stuff completely froze. Am I here for you guys? My internet went out. Let me make sure the stream is still going. Looks like it is. So, let me rejoin. Don't worry. I think that is just a small little internet hiccup. And honestly, that allergy medicine is actually clearing out my nose pretty good. So I think it was just allergies. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to respawn that car for you. Alright, so this is gonna take a bit. I need you guys to turn your engines off. Do not have it to where I have to get into your car, or else that'll happen. So please turn off your cars, press F. Alright, Alright, Steve, since you do race, you are going to be permitted to join the back of the field. Since I've already deleted all the cars, I'll just spawn a car in anyways, since that's what I'm doing anyways. So. You are intending to race, but I'll just spawn a car. Welcome, Steve. You could join the back of the field today if you want. I just need to teleport. I just need to insert 2 cars. We'll play the anthem. Sorry for all the delays and everything. We are actually pretty alright on the schedule, but whose car is this? This is Shark's. Alright, Shark. Let me. Teleport Steve, so he could be here. Alright, Steve, let me move this car for you. You're gonna be in. There's no choose lane rules today, by the way. It is simply just gonna be double file start. So, I think everyone's cars stopped, so let's get the national anthem in just a moment. Again, a little delay, but we're pretty much set at this point. Alright, gentlemen, start your engines. And there is 5 Crake Midgets roaring to life. We are waiting for Dabcat now. As let's get your names up here. So making a late entry in the 20 machine. That would be Steve Waters. Right behind that, in 4th place, it is Sharks Are Live For Real in... Actually... Sorry. So Steve Waters, 5th place in the 20 NOS Energy car. Up in that racing number 7 is going to be 9019 Bagel and Swimmer's Outlaw. Sharks Are Live For Real going to be in 3rd place. Now to the front row, Jackson Cook on the outside, 38 car, and to the inside, and DGS's 545 is going to be Dabcat. That being said, the O flag is out. We are set for 5 laps of pacing. Pace speed is going to be 50 miles an hour on the inside. The outside, you're going to have to keep up on the straights. I mean, at the turns. You're going to have to go a little bit faster here. Got 5 pace laps. Hopefully, we're only going to need 5. Remember that there is no passing until after the start-finish line once we go green. You are allowed to pass a car on the same row as you, and if I call out somebody, you are allowed to pass them. If you accidentally do pass somebody, then just try to give that spot back or a position back eventually once that comes to be, but otherwise I think that shouldn't be an issue. Looking pretty alright on pacing. We got 2.5 laps to go here. Shark, if you can stay on your side of the road. And make sure not to touch those infield tires. They are pretty prone to flipping. If you flip now, you'll still be counted as a flip, so let's not be that guy. Shark, if you could please stay on the inside row on the back straight. All right. 1, 2, go. The lights go black. Lock in here, folks. Like the second row to push up a little. Green flag. Clean start. Alright, 5 cars onto the racetrack. Jackson Cook at the front of the field. Dabcat in second place. Look at that battle for third between Sharks, our Live For Real, and Outlaw. They go side by side. Out through the corner, and it looks like Outlaw is going to take the podium position. Meanwhile, for the lead, Jackson going to get a little loose. Here's Dabcat pushing up to the front of the field. Dabcat claims the lead, but Jackson Cook going to make a crossover move. They are close, neck on neck here through 3 and 4. Into turn 1, it looks like Dabcat is still just a car length ahead of Jackson Cook, but Jackson Cook giving a hard push here for the front. Dabcat has yet to have a win in any SLC race. This could be his day, but it all depends if factors go correctly. Jackson Cook up there in second place, just behind. A very close tail chase to the front of the field. They go side by side into turn 1. Dabcat with a slight advantage. Beautiful turn entry, but a great exit for Jackson Cook. Jackson Cook pushing ahead of Dabcat. Now we got a little bit of rubber banding, but as things are, Jackson has reclaimed the lead, and I think within the midfield, Outlaw could be on to a debut podium. Sharks and Steve Waters currently battling for the 4th place spot. Meanwhile, your leaders, Dabcat has made some sort of issue late on a turn about, gives a second here to Jackson Cook. I think it got loose off of the infield tires. Manages to keep it going. It's got about 1/5 of race through at this point. But so far, so good. Meanwhile, you could see Steve Waters and Sharks Are Live For Real both side by side crossing over. And a great charge there by Sharks Are Live For Real. Steve Waters around the outside. They rubber band. Your leader, Jackson Cook, not far behind them. That was an awesome move there by Sharks to take that position. And it looks like Jackson Cook, little by little, closing in on the lap cars. We got a pretty clean race here so far. Pretty much winding down at this current time. A lot of drivers were concerned about there being issues, but so far so good. Of course, you don't want to hit those tires. That could be the end of the day. So a lot of these drivers, I expect, are probably being a little conservative, just trying to make their way through today. Meanwhile, Jackson Cook going to make his way up to Steve Waters, make our first lap car. And Steve gets out of the way, and Jackson Cook pushes by. Next car down the order is going to be Sharks. Does Sharks spin? No, he does not, but he just about nearly did. Allows a position battle to occur. Steve Waters right behind there. Good save by Sharks to avoid getting spun. And meanwhile, Dabcat has 2 lap cars to make his way through. As they are battling each other, Steve Waters side by side with Sharks Are Live For Real. Steve making his way up into 4th place. A leader is going to have to negotiate. So I got a lag spike. We're good. And Jackson Cook closing into the podium car, potentially put them lap down. Of course, you're a lap down. It's not going to be the end of the world if there's any caution. Then everyone gets one lap back. Blue flag is out. Not really going to matter though. No flag racing, so Jackson Cook makes his way by the lap car of Outlaw. Cat has made his way by the battling lap cars of Sharks Are Lit and Steve Waters. Now there's only one car that is not following the lap down, and that is none other than Cat himself. I do not see that being a factor in today's event, but Jackson Cook has taken over the top time. And the battle for the fourth place is about to continue here. Sharks Are Lit for real. With 20 NOS Energy cars, Steven Waters. And to the person that's watching, hi there. We are halfway done, and Steve Waters has made the way by Shark. Shark got a little bit loose, a little tight actually. He got up to the outside of turn 2. Shark and Steve Waters currently making our entertainment for today. And as things go, this might actually be one of the fastest SLC Crake victory races I've seen. Very clean. Jackson Cook has pretty much had a clean race. I wouldn't quite say a contested. Dabcat was up there pretty early on. It's just been a factor of staying out of trouble, which is something that Jackson has so far been a lot better at. Actually, might see a potential for Steve and Shark to get put 2 laps down. We're closing into 20 laps to go. Again, these two have been battling it out as hard as they can for the 4th place position. Sharks down the inside, but he's going to cross over back to the outside. They go side by side into 1. Your leader Jackson Cook right behind. And Steve is going to let off, goes a little bit down the outside. Sharks Are Lit. Gonna still has a little bit worse of a turn 1. Steve right behind him, but Jackson Cook gonna negotiate his way by, and he cuts through him like a knife. Again, this race has been a very dominant performance once Jackson got away from Dabcat. And this track, out of all the facilities in SLC, does serve as a good analog for what to expect coming into Saugus this year for the Turkey Night Grand Prix, one of the grand events of SLC. We had it last year. Of course, that was won by Eris after Gohans went out last lap. Neither of those guys will be there this year, so we are definitely going to be seeing a new Turkey Night winner. Again, that battle for 4th place has really not let off whatsoever today, and I think Steve could close down things again. We're closing into the last 10 laps. We're already down to the last quarter. It's just a matter of Jackson Cook taking down these laps and making sure he stays out of trouble. He's going to go all the way close to the tires, but no concerns, no issues at all for Jackson Cook. 10 laps to go. As far as I can acknowledge, the race has been a green flag race, which is not normal for this track. This track is notorious for caution fest, but it has been an incredibly clean race. So I gotta commend the drivers for being as clean as they've been today. You guys are awesome. Complete contrary to last time at Windridge, Jackson gets on the tires. That could have been a little bit of a sketchy moment for him, but we'll be seeing 5 to go now, so 5 laps to go once Jackson Cook crosses the line. Again, one last car to even put a lap down. That might be in Jackson's mind, but I think it might be a little bit late for that. mark it down to 4 to go for Jackson Cook. As Dabcat has made his way by Sharks and Steam. About has a straightaway on your leader. 3 laps to go for Jackson Cook. It has been an absolute clinic once he got away from Dabcat. And 2 to go this time. And this is the last chance for things to go south, but as they stand, Jackson making his way out of 3 and 4. See the white flag come out. And Jackson will probably slide by out of 3 and 4 to see the checkered flag come out. Jackson Cook wins it. And Steve, I suggest you keep going. But Jackson Cook wins it at Northwest Ohio. There's a victory lane and a podium. Alright. Our drivers can pull off the track and feel free to head to the podium. We're going to start with our victory lane, and then once you get that, Jackson's going to turn around and do a Polish victory lap. Sorry, I had to do that because you're doing excessive laps. Your race was already done. You were a lap car. So that being said, let's congratulate Jackson Cook. If we could get Dabcat and Sharks Are Lit for real to the podium, get to celebrate podiums today. I'll get the victory lane with Jackson Cook, and then we'll head up to the podium. Alright, so we're going to do the interview from victory lane, and then we'll get the rest of the interviews once we're at the podium. But first, we're going to have our short one here with Jackson Cook. So Jackson Cook, a pretty dominant race. Had a good little battle at the start, but pretty much just started locking in. What can you say about today's race?
I don't know. Speed. Very, very speed. I showed up late with like 10 minutes left in practice because I was doing Lance's League. Fun part is I got to race with Brayton Laster. We got to get him to race. ARCA driver. He's a great guy. I ended up winning that, but there was a lot of cautions, and I was very stressed because I wanted to get here so I could get enough practice in. But I mean, I looked pretty promising once I got here. After that, Dabcat was faster during qualifying and practice, but I figured I hate to take it from him, dude. But I'm out here to win, not to let somebody else. But I mean, he ran great. He was the only car that didn't lap, and he was still on pace. It's just, I don't know. But it's fun. I don't know. I mean, it's not that hard of a track. Just stay away from the, just stay away from the tires, and you will be just fine here. It's not a super technical track like other tracks. It was a good race day. I did enjoy it. It was a very clean race here compared to RGM. But fun. Back in victory lane.
Alright, well, that's awesome to hear, Jackson. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for the Rots mods. You look pretty good out here today.
Yep.
Alright, so we're going to set up our podium. So we got 3 drivers on the podium. One of those is Dabcat. We're just going to kind of get the podium cleared up. The other one is Outlaw, so Outlaw with a podium on your first race. I want to say quite an achievement. You're just walk up to the podium. Don't press backspace or else you'll throw it and break it. So we're gonna play the winning driver's national anthem, which is literally the United States anthem. So. All right. Let's start our interview. So that was Jackson. We'll see if Jackson wants another one in a bit. We're gonna move on to the podium though. So, Dad Cat here. Do you copy? All right, Dad Cat, do you have a copy?
Yes, I do have a copy. We are here.
All right. So how did that race go for you? What is on your mind?
Are we able to pause music? Because I can barely hear. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Man, I just found some irony, which is great, and I'll, talk about that in a second. Firstly, I would like to thank Jackson for a great race. The battle in the beginning was amazing. I kind of wish we had a caution to keep that battle going. I think a single caution would have been able to just keep us close-knit enough. Preferably around like lap 30. That would have been like primo. But yeah, exactly, Sharks. But no, I'm still happy with my P2. The P2 is so far the best position I've gotten in my car. I think I have two, maybe three podiums in this scheme, and I'm happy that I got another podium under my belt. It was a very great race. The irony is that if nobody did know, I have a sprint car win, and for anybody that doesn't know, the sprint cars are harder to drive than the micro or the midgets for some reason. Well, I know the reason, but I find it ironic that the midgets are easier to drive, yet I've yet to get a win in the midgets, but I've got a win in the sprint cars. Don't know how that works, but I have, and I'm hoping to change that one of these races. I will stick around until I get one win, and then I don't have to worry about sticking around too much. I'll still race because I love racing, but I won't have to worry about as much getting a podium. So, or I should say P1. But great job, Jack. You kept it consistent. That's all that matters. The thing that got me was I went wide on T4, smacked the wall, and it gave you about a second of time. And then after that, it was kind of game because you had the pace. I think you were running consistent like 11.5s. Yep, your fastest was an 11.4. My fastest was an 11.5, flat on the nose, which isn't bad, but just wasn't enough to keep up with you. Great job, Jack, and hopefully next race we can be a little bit closer.
Yep.
Robo,
You
do
see,
you have any other questions for me?
A brief little bit of a talk about Saugus that's coming up. Your
Oh, no.
thoughts
Yes.
on this track in relation to Saugus? You think there's anything that you've learned today that you think you could translate into our late November feature?
Well, I've learned that I'm starting to get my consistency game down, and that is what killed me at Saugus. So, theoretically, if I can keep my consistency, I should have an edge over Jackson because I have 1 year more of experience with Saugus uh than Jackson does.
Yeah, but I figure out tracks. I figure out tracks easily, buddy.
But I don't have to figure out the track. That's the key. I know how
You
that
did get
track drives.
P3 in qualifying against Twin and
Oh, no.
Harrison, Giram, and
Oh, that's not good.
Gohan, and
I mean,
So,
whatever. I
and
basically have the
Adriano.
freaking. I basically have the midget
yeah,
title
you have
locked.
the championship on
Yeah.
lockdown, buddy. I have not been here enough to
I haven't even bothered with the points because I could tell it's basically you've
This
won
is like-
yeah.
you've won like half the races.
I think this is.
Next year, however, I will try and compete for championship win.
Next
That
year,
is
Okay,
my
from-
we're
goal.
dabbing. We're back
for
in
midgets?
2017, y'all.
Okay, for me, for midgets this season, I think this is number 10. What the fuck?
The dancing car.
What am I
Midgets
witnessing?
Arena.
How do
Oh
such
my
a
god,
thing?
it's a rapture.
Ah!
All right.
Jake is
Let me
back.
move on to the guy that got his first podium on his first race. That is
Yeah.
a very impressive thing to do. Usually, a lot of people might take a while. I know it was a small field today, but it is still nonetheless quite an achievement to get as far as you have today. I didn't even realize you were on the podium because it was your first race, and I had to take a double look. But you, in fact, will be taking that trophy that's in front of you and that bottle home of sparkling water. It's not champagne.
Oh man.
Bro, what?
Oh, too young.
Guys,
You guys
look,
are too
it
young
says
for alcohol. I'm sorry.
Look,
But
like,
that being said, Outlaw here with a P3. Good job on that. How was your first Crake midget race?
Um. It was pretty good. Got a podium. Just got a little experience in dirt A chassis leagues. Just not
oh,
asphalt A chassis.
invite me.
Picked up a win last Sunday at Hagerstown. They weren't doing points, so I didn't win the championship, sadly. But hopefully, I get a few more podiums. I wish I would have kept up with the top two, but just didn't have the line figured out. So like, yeah, I'm just glad I got a podium.
Yeah, honestly, awesome job to get that done. Not a lot of people, I think, could actually say that they've gotten a podium on their first race. So, I will hold you up for that one, and I commend you.
That's impressive stuff.
I know I'm very special.
Guys, look at it says Berlin Raceway on the back of the Corvette.
It does.
Uh,
It's
you know what?
as if it's like Berlin donated their Corvette to
You know what?
this track for the weekend.
I think what we need to do is before we get into the other interviews, we need to talk about the future of SLC Oval
No,
Racing for 2020.
no. I already
No.
yapped about that.
No.
Well, we'll be running South Bend, revamped Owasso in Berlin, and potentially Winchester and Oxford Plains. Yes, that's the main track. By the way, it wasn't Bangor. It was Oxford
Yeah.
Plains. So if we could get all those going, then that might be what to expect next year. Anyways, next interview. We had Sharks. I don't know if Sharks want to interview. They're not really an interviewee. But do you want to be interviewed? Let me see if they're using the chat.
Mm.
Yeah, why not? Okay. Again, I will unmute you, but you usually use chat, so whichever you prefer. Had a fantastic battle there for the fourth place spot. Seasonal, actually, pretty much only action on track. Once lanes between Dab and Jackson separated. Again, all right. Completely clean race. So I gotta say thanks to literally every single one of you for keeping it clean today. This is a very challenging track usually because of those infill tires, but somehow we got out of trouble. So you guys are all, as a whole, getting a lot better. How was that race for you? What was going on in your head when you were battling Steve Waters?
Just to not spin. Fighting the camera the entire race wasn't great. I made it work a little bit though.
So what's going on with that?
Well, I have stick drift on my camera thumbstick, so that makes it hard as is. And then I don't have camera lock, so I've got to use the thumbstick. I can't just let it sit there by itself. So trying to balance that while hitting the brake and gas points was rather difficult. I did all right though. I only hit the wall like twice.
I do remember that save you had. That had me a little scared for a moment, but I'm glad you pulled through without issue.
Yeah.
So I
My
get
birthday
that.
was. I turned 16.
Oh, was your birthday today?
That's yesterday.
Yesterday. Hey, we
Yeah.
share a birthday.
Oh, that's a W.
That's a W indeed.
Nobody told me it was y'all's birthdays yesterday. Happy late birthday.
Thanks, Jackson.
Thank you, Jackson.
Oh god, I can't believe I share a birthday with somebody on this server. That's pretty cool. And yeah, Outlaw, if you can, that'd be pretty sweet.
Let me invite him.
Well, I'm the worst there is. I'll wake up in the morning and piss failure.
No, you gotta be positive, not.
Bro, you were doing look for your conditions today. That was awesome. Okay, I'm glad you didn't spin. I'm glad that things went smoothly as they had. So hopefully we'll see things better tomorrow. If you can show up, if you can't, well, that's okay.
What's tomorrow? I should be able to.
Formula Micros and Rots mods.
I'll be there for the Rocks mods.
All right.
Totally not ripping laps around the road course.
I see that.
They don't.
All right.
Per usual, I found speed in like the last 15 laps.
I did notice you were starting to walk away from Steve at that point, and you started to really lock things in.
I thought I would have gotten gapped by the fourth and fifth, but I got them somehow.
Because I'm mid. I've never been very good. I think I have like one podium, and it was in the.
It was out of
The thing is, I never raced this league before, so like, my main experience is dirt, A chassis. That's it. And I'm not that good at that. I'm not good at that.
All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we move on to Steve?
No, you're fine. Go ahead. Move on to Stevie
All right.
Wonder.
Well, thank you there, Shark. Awesome race again. Thank you for pulling through. I know things were not easy, but you still managed to do an awesome job despite those very tough conditions. So, up next here is Steve Waters, who is in the back of the field in position. However, you and Shark sure made the show today. The two of you were going at it for almost the entire race, especially were pretty much keeping me
Well,
on focus. I don't think I would have found any entertainment otherwise, but you two absolutely put up a show. I got to commend you both for being clean and not spinning. So looked like you guys had the tracks
I
pretty
mean,
figured out. Mhm.
I'll give Shark the credit. He beat me. He beat me there, and honestly, he was a very
Mhm.
pretty awesome dude to race with. I will be in line right there. Shark, you did very awesome on how all things went. You did pretty awesome on that. I'll give you props on that. And also, yeah, I at least survived. Thank God on that. That really wasn't expecting thing to finish the whole 40, 50 ish laps, somewhere like that. But yeah, it was actually a competition between me and Shark for sure. Uh, kind of friendly rivalry, but worst comes to show, it was actually a pretty clean race between me and Shark.
That's awesome to hear, Steve. So if you'd like to talk about how the track was running today.
Oh, it actually ran the same as I did last time. That's how I got to put it. As
Okay.
I did in my debut race. So nothing's going to change about that for sure. I actually love this track and how I got my debut here. So kind of was one of the tracks that I got my debut in last year, and hope to continue it.
All right. Well, we'll be rolling out the Rots Months tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see you turn up for that show. If not, it's alright. But if you can, that'd be pretty cool. Um, Again, I'm honestly impressed with everyone here to have stayed as clean as we have. The fact that nobody spun out is actually like impressive given how many spins we had in Woodridge. When I can never say that fucking name. Wind
I'm surprised
Rage.
I didn't spin out. I'm new.
Same. Well, that dirt experience must have came in clutch.
I guess so, but like I tapped the brake before the corner so I could get good corner entry. So it could like you're supposed to slide in dirt, not not just like ride around like this.
Yes. Grippy grip. Well,
I think some of y'all should go check out. We race I believe 2 Fridays. So the Halloween night. I doubt any of y'all will be doing anything on Halloween night. That y'all should show up to. It's kind of like a winter series. Speak.
okay. We'll see about that. I might be interested in seeing what you're doing. Uh, I suppose that's the part where you start wrapping up the stream. Uh, so we got two more races this weekend. Hopefully, if we get them both going. Of course, it is the Rots mods, which have a history here. To mention the notorious incident with Primus, on one of his only Rots mod races, when he went over the backstretch wall, and that is probably the worst crash I've seen there, other than the one the Dabcat had in qualifying. But the one that Primus had in the oval debut is probably one of the wildest crashes I've seen here. Getting wedged between the drag strip wall and the road course wall, which was hypothetical, but we didn't expect it was going to happen on night one, and it still is possible, by the way, folks. So that's just something to be aware of coming into tomorrow. But we'll be seeing the Rotsmons at 7, but of course at 5 p.m. Hopefully, if we get that stringing together, we'll be seeing the fastest cars on the racetrack. That's going to be the Formula Micros. which is going to be set for another 50-lap race.
I also got an announcement. Jackson Cook is Sigma. That's my announcement.
Right. Next
October
weekend in
5.
the Crake Midgets, we are going to go to Milwaukee Mile. That is one of the bigger Crake Midget race tracks. Should be very high speed, very intense racing. One of the few mile tracks coming up. Of course, there's 2 other big tracks potentially that will be seen. We'll be seeing Phoenix and OAM, Agua
Um,
Calientes. So, whatever
I have
happens
a
there.
feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling I could do something with these caution lights. Maybe go in the script.
With like the
Wow.
with the timing system.
Wow.
Yeah, the caution lights. I have a
Watch.
feeling I can tweak with those
Probably.
instead of just having like type red in the chat, green in the chat.
Well, I'll consider. I'll talk to you about it. Oh, well, that's an echo. But yeah, next week we will be at Milwaukee Mile, and then the weekend after we are set for the Spookadeck Grand Prix, which will be running a little bit smaller than usual, but hopefully not lesser racing. It looks like activity is doing good in SLC again. Throughout the day, so I'm very glad of that. So hopefully we can see some
next
good
week,
races
so I
come out.
can't run Milwaukee.
All right.
I can't run Grand Prix. At least can't run tomorrow.
But that being said, hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. Again, 5 p.m. for the Formula Micros and 7 p.m. for the Rotsmons for their 100 lap race. Yeah. All right. That being said, let's close the stream up again. Thank you guys for watching. Finally, again, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 5. If not 5, we'll see you at 7.